So cut me off with the food coloring. A lot of the times you will have digestion issues for that same food that is not natural food. Whether it's a GMO, something that was created in the laboratory, and now they bring it out here and say this is the same thing. No, it's not the same thing. What food am I talking about? I'm talking about you have food that God made, and you have food that man made, and you have food that machine makes. I am talking about the God made, because your body recognizes that. For instance, whether it's weed, whether it's marijuana, whether it's hemp, those three plants are pretty much the same thing with different ranges. But your body have receptors called endocannabinoids. And those plants have cannabinoids. So when you eat that plant, when you take that plant and boil some tea, you get the cannabinoids into your body that they connect in your body through the endocannabinoids, and now that act as an antioxidant to start boosting your energy, help for digestion, brain cognitive function, good for joints, good for heart, good to keep your stress level down, keep depression down, anxiety down, and the list goes on. Help to boost your appetite, fights cancer. Why? Because our system already have the receptors inside of us for the plants naturally. But are you eating these things on a regular basis? Or are you just doing it once in a blue moon and say it failed, it don't work, so you're just gonna go back to drugs? And by the way, drugs are made up of plants. They just put a whole bunch of chemicals and all these things inside the drugs. So don't be fooled by that. Go 100%, you can't go wrong. Like for instance, you short with the short-term memory? When's the last time you ever had some rosemary or some rosemary tea? When's the last time? Never? Well, this might be a good time to try some of that natural stuff, because when I'm telling you, these things is what we've been using for thousands of years. If they didn't work, why would we still be around? You see how fast these pharmaceuticals are killing people in their 20s and 30s and 40s? You never used to hear nothing about somebody eating garlic for 20 years and now they're dead. You never used to hear anybody eating flour for 30 years and now they're dead. This is just a recent thing. That's because they're playing with the foods. And by the way, these foods that I'm telling you about that are GMOs and have chemicals in them, they also usually have the fungus, the mold, and all of these bacterias that don't agree with your system, but they can survive on that because that is very acidic food. And when you get that in your system, you just transfer that with the chemicals and the impurities into your system. So what I want you to do is let that marinate. This is a young man, your neighborhood herbalist, asking you the question, are you really in control of your emotions? Or is there something inside of you causing you to act this way and you don't have any way to find out? Well, there's many things that could cause these things to happen inside of you, and it would be a good idea for you to find out for your own self. A lot of the times the doctors are not going to be able to diagnose these things. What they're going to do is they're going to give you some drugs because they get a part of the profit. So it's within their interest to give you these things, and they'll tell you come back a month or two later. They don't even hardly call up and check upon you, see how the stuff is working, and nothing. So aren't you tired of that way? Don't you want to try the new way? Don't you want a new package? Don't you want to supersize your deal that you have? You know, you was going with the cheap package before. Don't you want a better package to where you have more options and so on? It's been here ever since we've been around. You're just not using it. You just decide that you want to believe in man more than you believe in the Creator. So you'll get that result. And until you change, your situation will never change with these parasites. This is a real big topic. Anywhere from 80 to 95 people on this planet, on the whole planet, have parasites. And it's killing them. It's allowing them to live a life of agony and suffer. Are you tired of that? And do you want to get rid of that? For right now, this is your neighborhood herbalist. I had to come out in nature to let you guys know. Yeah, it might look beautiful, but it's more dangerous than you think. You have dog feces out here. You have dead animal carcass out here. You have different stuff that's falling from the trees. Make sure your immune system is up. Until then, we over and out.